PRM Authority 2025 Official Hurricane Shelter List. New Providence Community Center, Blake Road. Samuel and Cornelia Williams Community Center, the Salvation Army, Meadow Street. Reverend Dr. O.A. Pratt Educational Building, St. John's Native Baptist Church, Augusta and Meeting Street. The Remnant Tabernacle Praise reserved for Aftermath, Carmichael Road. Epworth Hall, Ebenezer Methodist Church for use by homeless and persons with physical disabilities, Shirley Street. St. Barnabas Church, Wolf and Blue Hill Roads. Maranatha Seventh-day Adventist Church, Prince Charles Drive, the Salvation Army, Mackey Street, Pilgrim Baptist Temple, St. James Street, New Bethlehem Baptist Church, Independence Drive, Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church, Tony Williams Darling Highway, Agape Full Gospel Baptist Church, Kennedy Subdivision, New Dimension Ministries, Joe Farrington Road, Church of God Convention Center, Joe Farrington Road, Berea Seventh-day, Blue Hill Road South, Canon Neil E. Roach Hall, Holy Cross Anglican Church, Highbury Park, Ebenezer Mission Baptist, Charles Vincent Street, St. Mary's Hall, Fox Hill on top of the hill, Epiphany Anglican Church, Prince Charles Drive.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis.
And I'm Jay Philippe.
Thank you so much for tuning in. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
First at 11. Hurricane Erin continues to barrel through the Atlantic on its northern track, bringing dangerous sea swells, riptides, and strong winds. Tonight, we look at the islands impacted by deteriorating weather conditions and those that remain under watch. And the Commissioner of Police offering limited comments on the news that an officer attempted to take their own life over the weekend. Also, if you're looking for work or a change in fields, Titans Hospitality Limited has a job fair this Thursday and Friday that we'll tell you all about tonight. The Bahamas Tonight at 11 starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Weather topping national news this Monday as Category 4 Hurricane Erin impacts the Bahamas. A tropical storm warning remains in effect for the southeast Bahamas, and a tropical storm watch is in effect for portions of the central Bahamas. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean leads us off tonight at 11 with the latest on this dangerous weather system. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Royson. Dangerous Hurricane Erin continues to remain offshore and pulling away from the southeast Bahamas. As a matter of fact, as of 8 o'clock this evening, Erin was well to the east of San Salvador, moving towards the northwest at 10 miles per hour. Maximum sustained wind has reduced to 130 miles per hour, but it's still a very, very dangerous hurricane, and it will remain so as it continues to trek towards the north tomorrow. So that northward trend will take place tomorrow and then eventually turn towards the northeast as we head into late Wednesday, but it will leave behind some very dangerous swells, which will pose a danger to mariners traversing the waters of the Bahamas over the next several days. So we're simply asking boaters to stay in port for the balance of this week. And as far as the rain bands are concerned, we have lots of rain bands working their way across the central and even the southeast Bahamas. Some of those will be heavy at times, but for the most part, we're dealing with light to moderate precipitation with 1 or 2 pockets of heavy showers. All of this will be lifting towards the north during the course of the night, so we'll expect some improvement in terms of the rainfall over the next couple of days as well. So, Royson, there you have it. Erin continues to be very, very dangerous, but the good news is it is offshore, not a problem, will not make any landfall in the Bahamas as it continues that trek towards the north. So we will perhaps see those watches and warning lifted within the next 24 hours or so.
That is good news indeed. Thanks, Basil, and we'll continue to follow the storm, of course. Now that a tropical storm warning is in effect for the southeast Bahamas, Mayaguana residents are preparing to weather the storm. Administrator Deidre Fox tells us more tonight.
Having high winds, scattered showers as usual, very high winds. The sea is a little rough, but everything is fine. The electricity went off today, and of course, We could not get any gas from the gas station because of the power being out, but everything is fine in Magona.
Next door in Acklands, Administrator Herman Gilbert explained weather conditions there.
Still experiencing tropical storm conditions, on and off rain, extremely heavy winds. We have overcast. Everybody has been remaining indoors and keeping dry and keeping safe at this time until this weather subsides. Other than that, power was off on the earlier part of the day, but BPL has worked tirelessly to restore power within the district, so power is up and running. Other than that, everyone is safe at this time and all is in order.
Over in Long Island, Administrator Jandalee Archer is ensuring that residents and property are safe and secure.
I spoke a few minutes ago with Deputy Chief Counselor David Pinder, the chairman for the South Committee, Mr. Stephen Major, and the chairman for the North Committee, Mr. Ken Capron, and along with the police, ASP Johnson, who's responsible for the island at this time. And everybody reported that Long Island, the weather is calm, sunny, extremely sunny. And so they are waiting to see what will happen later. But at present, we have beautiful weather within the Long Island district. Earlier today, I also spoke with our social worker on the island, Mrs. Sanders, who was able to check our 6 shelters in the north and south of the island, and all were in good condition. And if needed, they were ready to become operational along with her kits. And so Long Island is well prepared in the event something happens.
Meantime, rain and wind impacting the Turks and Caicos Islands all day due to Hurricane Erin. This resulted in power outages across that island nation, but power has since been restored. TCI Minister responsible for disaster management, the Honorable Arlington Musgrove, informs ZNS News that the Providenciales Airport is expected to reopen sometime around 6 o'clock Tuesday morning.
We shut down the public sector in Grand Turk, South Caicos, and Salt Key. And we shut it down in Provo this morning. We closed it down from yesterday in Grand Turk and Salt Key and South Caicos. So Provo and North Caicos, the public sector was closed down afterwards.
In other news this Monday, still no word as yet on what may have triggered a police officer to attempt to take his own life over the weekend. Here's Police Commissioner Shanton Knowles' response when reporters asked her about the matter this morning.
I can confirm that there was an officer in custody and he became ill somehow. My team is continued to investigate that matter with him and whatever could have led him to be hospitalized. And so once we have further information, we'll be able to share that with you.
And from the Daily Crime Report, Operation Black Scorpion officers arrested 3 people, a 28-year-old man and 2 women, ages 26 and 62 years old, after seizing a quantity of ammunition and suspected marijuana at a home on Center Drive. That's in Millers Heights, shortly after 7:30 last night. With a search warrant, officers found a quantity of ammunition in a vehicle along with suspected marijuana. The estimated weight and street value of the drugs is currently unknown. And still to come, the Prime Minister tours the water tower. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. More news in just a moment.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force is one of the most unique professions because it allows you to work in almost every field.
For the police, I fly the unmanned aerial vehicles.
Because I always had an interest in forensic science.
The most interesting area that I would have been exposed to would have been the fire prevention section. It's so much you can pursue.
I get to serve my community and my people every day.
Log on to our webpage. There's information about the recruitment process and all of our various departments.
Work to restore the historic water tower at Fort Fincastle is entering its final stages and should be completed in just a matter of months. Today, Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis paid a visit to the site to receive a progress report and a chance to deliver a pep talk. Corval Pyfram was there.
Prime Minister Philip Davis saw up close how work is progressing at the water tower. 49 men and women make up the construction team carrying out this work, which is set to be completed by the end of November.
We are investing in closing the skills gap. We are expanding apprenticeships. We are paying young people to learn trades. And we are working closely with the Department of Labor and Immigration to make sure that if a job is here in the Bahamas, it is filled by someone from the Bahamas.
Director of the Antiquities, Monuments and Museum Corporation, Don Cornish, acknowledges there have been some delays with this project, but nonetheless, he's satisfied with its progress.
So we're anxious, obviously, to get a clear understanding of when the construction will be completed, but we're not anxious to get it done if it's not properly done.
The work has meant the closure of the very busy Fort Fincastle site, a popular spot for visitors, particularly cruise ship passengers. It's also meant that vendors have had to be temporarily relocated.
And I'm satisfied based on what I've seen today that we will have a quality product here. And this will also add to our inventory of opportunities for retail. There'll be a gift shop on the inside, in addition to the observation deck, and chances for us also to have paying patrons of that facility.
Cornish confirms that the construction work to the water tower is budgeted at around $2 million. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfram.
Thanks so much, Corval. Public school administrators are immersed in a two-day conclave under the theme Transformational Leadership, Building Capacity, Raising Standards, Achieving Excellence. Felicity Darville reports tonight that the Minister of Education, the Honourable Glenys Hanna-Martin, offered some encouraging words to them.
Young people in the Bahamas face a myriad of social challenges, and they're having a direct impact on their educational success. That, according to Minister Glenys Hanna-Martin, who addressed hundreds of public school administrators gathered to chart the way forward for the 2025-2026 school year.
We know that negative social conditions can run interference, that many children suffer trauma and face other challenges, and for them, the task is even greater. And for you too. But we also know that school is their saving grace. And we must act to provide the support so that they do not fall between the cracks. To equip our leaders in this mission, we must ensure your continuous professional development and professional support. We must facilitate enlightened pedagogy and construct a living curriculum that aligns the student with the future.
Minister Hanna-Martin reassured them that operational changes are unfolding in the ministry and many policies are currently under urgent review. She said the government is on a mission as it pertains to education.
To materially demonstrate its commitment to education as a national priority, to be respectful and responsive to our education leaders, and not only through salary revisions and improved benefits. We understand the critical partnership and the dire urgency of education reform, particularly in a post-pandemic, rapidly evolving national and global reality. Our message has been consistent over this term. Our children are our most valuable resource. The succeeding generation must be adequately prepared and equipped to infuse our national development with excellence.
Conclaves like these are critical in preparation for the new school year. But according to these administrators, the work never stops. It's year-round. From the British Colonial Hilton for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darville.
An important and encouraging conclave. Thanks, Felicity. It's just a few weeks ahead of the new school year, but most would agree that school environments are not what they used to be. Lloyd Allen shares this first-of-its-kind training for teachers and students in the event of a campus shooter, a scenario not so uncommon for our neighbors to the north.
Ahead of the start of the 2025-26 school year, staff at Bahamas Academy are not leaving safety precautions to chance, as officials have launched a first-of-its-kind emergency training specific to the possibility of an on-campus shooter. The training, conducted by Brian Moore, a security specialist and anti-terrorism officer at Nemore Training and Consultants, showed 55 educators the result of what could happen in a school shooting and a 3-step plan to prevent casualties.
It's called Run, Hide, Fight. These 3 steps to survive an active shooter or violent situation are 3 easy words, but very important words.
Erin Hanna is the public relations officer with NTC and explains why Bahamas Academy was selected.
Brian Moore and Mr. Nemore, they are alumnus of the school, and of course they would feel it's important to come back home. And also the location of the school. They thought it's very important to get the location, and so that you can start with one. Once you start with one, we can go ahead and build on others.
A simulation was also conducted on the campus, helping teachers like Deborah Thomas to increase their level of preparation.
It's not something that I would expect to happen at this time, but because of the fact that the world is changing, these things have to be reality.
South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists Education Director Juliet Sands and School Principal Dr. Lavonda Smith share on the value of the training.
We know that certain things, happening all around the world. We thought it best that we should prepare for something like this.
It was an interesting experience. And I think that it has prepared us well for any eventuality.
Now, no pun intended, if you find yourself in the line of fire, there are several things you can do to help save your life. One of them is to be familiar with your building's floor plan. Additionally, have your phone on silent. And lastly, be familiar with all exits. That's to get away from that possible assailant. Organizers say although school shootings may not be commonplace locally, it's still better to be prepared. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Thanks for the reporting, Lloyd. If you're among the unemployed, you may want to consider attending Titan Hospitality Limited's job fair this Thursday and Friday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Solmare on West Bay Street. They'll be hiring for food and beverage guest services, chefs, cabana attendants, bartendering, and many more positions. Titan Hospitality Limited training and recruitment representative Santiago Guerrero told us the company has a goal to employ 400 people between now and December.
We are soon ready to launch a new island, which is the Royal Beach Club right here by Paradise Island, which is a exclusive beach club experience by Royal Caribbean. So us as Titan Hospitality, we will be hiring and operating the food and beverage that will be in the island.
Again, that seminar or job fair is on Thursday and Friday from 10 to 3 p.m. Amajal Knowles has a look at what's coming up in sports tonight. Amajal?
The Bahamas women's national volleyball team playing a 5-set thriller against Guadeloupe. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill initially. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas. Rent-A-Kill Initial.
The DRM Authority 2025 Official Hurricane Shelter List. Exuma and Ragged Island. Bethel Union Baptist Church, Ramsey. Ebenezer Union Baptist Church, Farmers Hill. Ebenezer Union Baptist Church, Barry Tarry. Exuma Resource Center, Hopers Bay. Forbes Hill Cultural Center, Forbes Hill. Gethsemane Baptist Church, Black Point. Mount Carmel Mission Baptist Church, Roll Town. Mount Hermon Union Baptist Church, Mount Thompson. St. John's the Baptist Anglican Church, Moss Town. Aurelia Miller Comprehensive School, Black Point. St. Luke's Union Baptist Church, Black Point. The new Mount Olive Union Baptist Church, Hartswell. Mount Olivet Baptist Church, Staniel Key. Palestine Union Baptist Church, The Forest. St. Andrew's Community Center, Georgetown. St. Margaret's Anglican Church, Steventon. St. Magdalene, Anglican Church, Williamstown, St. Theresa's Catholic Church, Georgetown, St. Peter's Union Baptist Church, Forbes Hill, St. Margaret Baptist Church, Stuart Manor, Calvary Mission Baptist Church, Rollville, Holy Innocents Anglican Church, Duncantown, Ragged Island, Ragged Island All-Age School, Duncantown, Ragged Island.
Welcome to your Monday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. A very busy sports weekend, not only in the capital, but in the nation's second city and overseas as well. But starting off tonight, we head over to the Kendall G. Lysick Gymnasium as the Bahamas women's national volleyball team would play a 5-set thriller in their Caribbean Volleyball Championship opener against Guadeloupe. The Bahamas women's national team turning up to the sounds of Junkanoo just ahead of their opening match against Guadeloupe. To take first set action, the two countries looking pretty evenly matched as they would be locked up at 6 apiece for the first 12 points. The pendulum, though, would swing in favor of Guadeloupe midway through the set as they would go up 14-10. Bahamas would attempt to rally, but Guadeloupe proving to be just too much, winning the first set 25-17. Second set action, Guadeloupe riding that wave of energy from the first, getting out to a 4-zip lead and eventually 10-7 in the second set. But this is where the tide would turn for the 2-4-2. Her nickname is Boxer, so it's fitting that she would help keep the Bahamas off the ropes and land a few punches to help stabilize the game. Leandra Johnson with 4 consecutive aces to help settle the squad. Guadeloupe would not be able to break her serve for 8 consecutive points, and behind that, the Bahamas escaping the second set with a 25-20 win. The third set, much like the first, the teams tied at 6 through the first 12 points, but no rally effort here for the Bahamas. Guadeloupe holding firm on the lead throughout and would easily take this one 25-15. Fourth set team Bahamas, with their backs against the wall, would come out with a sense of urgency, getting out strong, taking a 12-5 lead. A big story for the Bahamas in this one, some of the younger faces on the squad stepping up in key moments. This ace here from Latavia Brannon put the Bahamas up 20-9, and they would cruise to the 25-16 set win, setting up a winner-take-all fifth set. In the final set, both teams locked up at 8 apiece, but Guadeloupe would get ahead 13-11 and score the final 2 points of the game. The ladies would lose a heartbreaker in their opener in 5 sets.
I'm very proud of the ladies that we have representing our country. We fought hard. They just scored some really unfortunate points on us, but I think we played a really excellent game, and it's only up from here. I think our service needs to be just a little bit more consistent, but I just think that's just playing at home, the jitters. I think we need to be a little more consistent with our serve-receive passing as well. But overall, I have no complaints.
Tell me a bit about the performance of some of the younger players. I saw Vanessa, so she had a pretty good game.
Yes.
Tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, she had an amazing game. I mean, watching her grow up through volleyball and now seeing her represent our country so strong. She had an amazing game. I'm so proud of her. Her control has just completely grown since she started. So our youngsters she's not necessarily a rookie. This is her second team, but this is her first time starting, and I think she handled that pressure very well, especially being at home. I think 10 out of 10.
Now, quick turnaround for the ladies as they will take on Trinidad and Tobago later tonight. Now, switching gears in track news over in Grand Bahama, the 2025 NACAC Senior Championships wrapping up on Sunday night at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. Bahamas placing 4th overall when the final results were tallied, just behind USA, Jamaica, and Canada. Team Bahamas hauled a total of 8 medals, including 2 gold, 2 silver, and 4 bronze medals in the 5th edition of the event. The 2 gold medal performances coming by way of Kwan Culmer in the men's triple jump and Anthony Strawn in the women's 200-meter dash. And things would close out last night with the men's 4x1 team that will see the Bahamas' team of Wanye McCoy, Ian Kerr, Adam Musgrove, and Terrence Jones nabbing the bronze in a very hotly contested race. I would see them run at 38.57, just missing out on the Bayman national record of 38.52. Next up, Tokyo, Japan for the World Athletics Championships. In basketball news, the Bahamas senior men's national basketball team looked impressive in their two-game international friendly series against Nicaragua this weekend, just ahead of the 2025 FIBA AmeriCup tournament set for this weekend in Managua, Nicaragua. Team Bahamas earned its first victory 95-56 over the host nation in exhibition play. Dominic Bridgewater led the team in scoring with a game-high 18 points and 7 assists. In the rematch, Team Bahamas held off Nicaragua 95-77 to complete the international friendly series. Franco Miller Jr. erupted for a team-high 25 points as they mobilely added 11 points in the win. Team Bahamas will now turn its attention to the group stage of the FIBA AmeriCup competition. The team will compete in Group A alongside the United States, Brazil, and Uruguay. The team will tip off action against the USA on Saturday. And that's my look at your sports on this Monday. Until tomorrow, I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out.
Welcome to the Intra-African Trade Fair 2025, the gateway to abundant opportunity, the platform for more, access to a continent with more makers and creators, more technology and manufacturing capabilities, more innovators and collaborators, more information and knowledge, a continent of opportunities for business in more markets and resources that accelerate progress and create space for more infrastructure, connectivity and networking, more creativity, production, and more deals for the people. Afrexim Bank, in collaboration with the African Union Commission and the AFCFTA Secretariat, brings you the 4th Intra-African Trade Fair, hosted by the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. Over 2,000 exhibitors, 35,000 plus attendees, 140 plus countries, $44 billion in trade and investment opportunities. Register now and enter the gateway to new opportunities.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting TingsyBahamas.com.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force is one of the most unique professions because it allows you to work in almost every field.
For the police, I fly the unmanned aerial vehicles. Because I always had an interest in forensic science.
The most interesting area that I would have been exposed to would have been the fire prevention section. It's so much you can pursue.
I get to serve my community and my people every day.
Log on to our webpage. There's information about the recruitment process and all of our various departments.
It's now time for a weather check with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening again, Basil.
Good evening, Royston. Well, we continue to monitor the progressive, dangerous Hurricane Erin. At 8 o'clock, it was well to the east of San Salvador and moving towards the northwest at about 10 miles per hour. And that's certainly good news, but we expect a further shift to the north, and that should take place by tomorrow, and then taking a shift towards the northeast, and that will take place on Wednesday. But it will leave behind some very dangerous swell conditions, which will create treacherous boating conditions for the balance of this week. So we're asking small craft throughout the Bahamas to simply stay in port until sea conditions subside. And as we go to our satellite picture, we can see in terms of rainfall, we have those feeder bands now affecting the central and southeastern Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands. Those showers, for the most part, are light to moderate, but there are pockets of heavy showers that are occurring, particularly around Matthew-Town and Nago. Right now, they're having some heavy rain showers, but that will continue to lift towards the north. And as we go to temperatures around the Five Islands, Marsh Abaco, reading 85 degrees there, 82 in Green Toll Key, 82 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands at 87, 86 in Alistown, Bimini, 85 in Harbor Island, Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 84 degrees, 83 in Otterstown, Cat Island. Black Point, Exuma, Campus Space, South Andros at 86 degrees, another 86 in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. San Salvador and Rumkey, 83 degrees. Georgetown, Exuma at 81, 80 degrees in Ragged Island, Clarence, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Maguana, they're having some heavy cloud cover there and some rain showers. Low temperature 78 degrees. Also Akron, 78. Matsutown, Inagua, a little warmer at 84, 86 degrees in the Turks and Caicos Islands. And our forecast for tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy and very warm conditions again, but an isolated thunderstorm or two can pop up later on tonight with the low temperature around 83 degrees. And then tomorrow, we're looking at breezy conditions, some sunshine, and there will be areas of high clouds in the morning, but becoming cloudy in the afternoon with a couple of thunderstorms popping up as well as we go late into the afternoon. Now the temperature, that's going to climb up to about 90 degrees. And your extended weather forecast look like this. We will continue to have pockets of showers and thunderstorms right through Thursday. Friday, pretty gray skies, lots of cloud and even some showers remaining, particularly during the morning hours. Things will start to clear up though as we head into the weekend, and then we have a couple more showers working their way into our forecast on Sunday and Monday of next week. But there's another system out there. We'll have to keep our eyes on that very closely. Daytime temperatures, they will reside in the low 90s, and those nighttime temperatures once again remaining very uncomfortable. So again, continue to keep yourself hydrated by taking lots of H2O. Royce.
Thank you, Basil. Of course, we'll continue tracking the storm and any other weather disturbance that's out there. Well, that's going to do it for the Bahamas tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching, and good night.
Tonic Williams Darling Highway, I'm Tajaro Hudson. This is ZNS.
Kenneth, that was amazing.